In most power systems, we have the motor connected to an ESC, which is then connected to a battery and a receiver. However, some power setups, you'll use an opto ESC. This is an 80 amp opto ESC. It provides power to the motor, but does not provide any power to the receiver, as I'll demonstrate here. We have our motor connected to our ESC. We have our ESC connected to the throttle channel on the receiver. Plugging in our flight battery, with some difficulty, we get nothing. This does not mean that there's a defect with the ESC. This ESC is designed specifically in this way. What we need to do is we need to supply a separate power source to the receiver so that the receiver throttle channel can signal the ESC to power the motor. This is a UBEC. In particular, it's a 3 amp UBEC, but our 5 amp UBEC looks the same. On one end of the UBEC is the power connection. On the other end of the UBEC is the power connection that plugs into the receiver, generally into the battery port or any other open channel port. To hook the UBEC into your power supply, there are two methods by which you can do this. One, you could snip off this JST connector and then shave off a little bit of insulation on the red and black power wires on the ESC, and then solder the red and black power wires from the UBEC into the ESC wires, and then put some shrink tube over them or some electrical tape. That's the hard way. We're going to do it the easy way. We're going to use a JST BEC tab. This goes between your ESC and your flight battery, and then has a little JST connector on one end that plugs into the UBEC, and then the UBEC plugs in to the receiver. We have our JST BEC tap plugged into our ESC. The JST connector on the BEC tap is connected to our power plug on our UBEC, and the UBEC itself is plugged into the battery port on the receiver. The ESC's receiver cable is hooked into the throttle port on the receiver. We're going to connect our flight battery now. That was just the radio turning on. And our ESC has beeped, indicating that it is armed, and the red light on the receiver indicates that we have power to the receiver. And that's how an opto ESC works, and how a UBEC is used to provide power to the receiver when you're using an opto ESC.